Good morning, guys. I wanted to do the back to homeschool tag that Michelle at A Common Life left as an open tag. And so I'm going to answer some of those questions. We are actually getting ready to go to our first co-op meeting, and so I'm going to film a video before we go do that. So I will get started. The first question that she asked is, when do we start school, or do we homeschool year-round? Right now I am doing a 6 weeks on, 1 week off schedule. We started August 14th. So about halfway through August. While I am intrigued by the year-round schooling, though, it's something that I have considered. My kids tend to thrive with routine. I think most kids do, but I noticed in the summer things were a little more hectic. They didn't have the structure of when to expect things, when we had quiet time, if we had quiet time, if we made time for naps, or we were running around doing different things. So once we started the school year and they had a structure and a schedule, we knew in the mornings this is what we do. We have breakfast, we come up to the homeschool room, we do this much work, we go down, we have lunch, and they have their playtime outside. And just having that structure really helps them to get along, and I guess maybe feel in control of, they know what's going on, and so they are a lot calmer. And so I am considering going ahead and doing year-round school, and maybe even shortening it to 4 days a week. And then taking like little longer breaks here and there, a couple week break here and there. So I haven't decided what I want to do on that. And then question number 2, do we have any back to school traditions? Like I've said in previous videos, this is our first year homeschooling, and so we don't have any back to school traditions just yet. That is something I would like to implement next year. Maybe doing some fun things. If you guys have any ideas for me, I'm getting a lot of really good ideas from other moms who have done the back to homeschool tag, actually. But if you guys have any ideas for me, you can leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say. But no, at this time we don't have any back to homeschool traditions. Question number 3, what do I look forward to most about the new school year? Well, I guess the thing I would look forward to most is having my kids home and schooling them. Last year, my now first grader went to public school, so I missed him a lot when he was gone. I talked a lot about that in my last video, our homeschool journey. But so I'm just looking forward to actually having him home with me. And I'm also looking forward to being able to do like field trips and go out and do stuff with him. Being able to just be creative with our schooling. So I think that's what I'm most looking forward to, is just the time that I get to spend with him. Like 40 hours a week, that's a lot of time that I now get to spend with him. So I'm looking most forward to that. And then question number 4 is, what is your favorite part of back to school planning? Well, I am very type A, and I love planning of all kinds. I love planners and to-do lists and anything that has to do with planning. So lesson planning is actually one of my favorite things to sit down and do. And so my favorite thing about the back to school planning is probably just getting a fresh look at our schedule, looking it over, deciding what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and getting to fit in our new curriculums and go through the curriculums and get to see the new curriculums, and then going through and just planning those out, lesson planning those. So I guess it's just, I use it as me time too. My husband takes the kids for a little bit, or I'll do it during nap time, and so I just love planning in general. Question number 5, are you an early bird gets the worm type of shopper or a last minute shopper? I would say I am definitely an early bird gets the worm. I shop pretty much year round. And then like when we decided we were going to homeschool back in November, I started shopping in January. Once we had a solid base of what we were going to do and where our homeschool room was going to be, and I guess I spent about a month and a half just researching what I wanted, looking at homeschool room tours and curriculum videos and deciding what we wanted, and I started shopping in January. I went to IKEA and did a big haul from IKEA on just getting our room started. And then I went to Mardell and did another haul for like posters and books and things like that. And then of course in April I went to the homeschool conference and bought a bunch of my curriculums. I had everything bought by May or June. So I would say I'm definitely an early bird gets the worm. And not even really to find the deals, to be honest. It's just because I get really excited and I start buying things. And number 6, what's the best deal that I've found so far? I would probably say the couple of things that I found on eBay I found for really cheap. I found a Galloping the Globe curriculum, which we use for geography, on eBay for pretty cheap. And I found a friend of mine had actually given me all 4 Story of the World curriculums, which is amazing. Plus 3 of the activity books. The only activity book that I didn't have was for the first one, for Ancient Times. And so I actually went on Amazon and found a really good deal on that book. So just the fact that she had given us those curriculums, I felt like was a really good deal. But other than that, I mean, even at the homeschool conference, it was nice to have like the hands-on where I could open up the books and look at everything, and I did save shipping, but I don't feel like they had great deals there. I did not come out of there feeling like I saved a whole bunch of money, but I did come out of there feeling like I was more confident in the curriculums that I chose. So I would say just mainly the stuff that I got on eBay and the stuff that I got from other moms. And I did go to a used curriculum sale where they had like those big brown paper bags, the grocery sacks, and they had fill an entire bag for $5. That was a really good deal. So look for used curriculum sales in your area. They start happening around, I think, like usually in my area at least, they started happening around like May or June. If you get connected with the homeschool groups in your area, they can connect you with those sales when those start to happen. But it was a really huge used curriculum sale for $5 a box. I got a bunch of games, the little foam blocks that my 9-month-old plays with, those I got there. The foam pads, that like the puzzle piece that forms a pad mat that he plays on, I got that there. We got some posters there. I got a bunch of like Abeka readers. I just got a ton of stuff there, and it was $5 a bag. So that was really good. That was probably the best deal that I found, besides being given the stuff. Number 7, do you use a planner, a book, online, or do you make your own? I actually have a planner that I use for lesson planning, and I plan out 6 weeks at a time since I do the 6 weeks on, 1 week off. And especially since it's our first year, I decided to plan 6 weeks, and then during that week off, I will assess what worked for us, what didn't, and anything I need to tweak, and plan out the following 6 weeks. So I use a lesson planner to do that, and then I also have a binder that I've gathered different things from different places. Abby at Full-Time Wife Life has some lesson planning printables that I really like using. So she has like a checklist. So I have my lesson planner, and then I write those things on our checklist, which are a little easier to make sure we just check off each day what we've used or what we've done and finished and what we haven't. And then each day I typed up what our schedule is going to be. So I keep that in there, and I also keep a full year calendar so I know when we have school and when we have breaks. And then I think there's a couple other things I keep in there, but so I have the binder that I kind of just put together myself with different things, and then I have my actual lesson planner that I bought. I bought the Rod and Staff lesson planner, and I think it was only like $3 or $4. Question number 8, how do you make time to plan and get organized. I plan it in. I block out my time, and my husband actually, when he comes home in the evenings, a lot of times, because I've spent the day with the kids doing homeschool and doing whatever else we're doing all day, and then my husband comes home, we have dinner, and then he actually uses those few hours for his time with the boys. And sometimes we'll go on walks and stuff as a family, and sometimes he uses that time to just spend one-on-one with the kids, and which frees my time up so I can get what I need done. And so if there's planning that I need to get done, then I'll use that time to get that planning done. But I just kind of fit it in where I fit it in. Sometimes when my husband and I are sitting down and watching a show at night, I'll get my planner out and I'll plan while we watch the show. So I just fit it in different places where I can when the kids aren't over my shoulder. Question number 9. What are you doing this year that's different than last year? A whole lot. I'm not sending my son to public school. So that's a big thing that I'm doing different this year. I'm actually homeschooling. So basically we're doing everything different than we were last year. I have an extra child, the baby. I have my son home, and we're homeschooling. So we now are involved in we're starting our first co-op today. We are involved in Cub Scouts and baseball, and our schedule is totally full. So I'm actually having to be a lot more diligent with my time and my planning this year. And then question 10, describe in one word your attitude about the new school year. And I would say grateful. I'm grateful for this time that I'm getting back with my 6-year-old. I was really sad last year. The entire time from November on, after we decided to homeschool, I kept asking my husband, wait, can we just pull him out now, especially after Christmas break. We had 2 weeks home with him. We got used to him being home. We got in a schedule with him, a routine, everything. And then I had to send him back, and I was really sad. And so I strongly considered pulling him out halfway through the year. Except for the fact that I really didn't have anything ready. I didn't have any curriculum ready. I didn't have anything ready to teach him, which, I mean, I could have decided together that we should probably just let him finish his kindergarten year out, and it would be better if we started fresh at the beginning of first grade, everything ready, and he got to finish out his year, which was the better decision looking back now. I'm glad I made that decision. But I am so grateful now to have that time with him in those 40 hours a week instead of being sent off and me not getting to know what's going on in his life during that time and not being involved. I get to be involved with him and I get to go through the struggles with him and help him through those hurdles and talk him through and encourage him and breathe life into him. And I'm really, really grateful to have this time back with him. Okay, and that's it. That's the 10 questions for the Back to Homeschool tag. Thank you so much for putting this tag together. It was so fun to get to do this first tag, Homeschool Mom tag. So comment below, let me know if you have any questions, what you thought. Are you excited about the new school year? Just if you want to get to know me, comment down below and let me know. Please like my video and subscribe, and I will have more videos coming your way. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.